I think what was interesting about this whole scene is how things that felt like they were methodical and part of the process could be scary when all of a sudden, like, the character's feeling about the evening switches.
Lauren was with almost the person you had the least access to, even though you're with him the entire film. And so what these cuts, I think, really helped unlock is these flashes of what he's thinking about.
When you break these clips up separately, it does remind you how much is happening in all of this and how much it is a collaboration of everyone's efforts.
I wouldn't want to make these skits any worse than they actually are. It's a great thing no one will be watching. Enjoy your fucking little circle jerk.
Yeah, we already are.
Oh, your mom's here?
Well, he's in character.
There was this impression I felt like when we first watched the assembly that there were ways to try to get inside of these characters' minds a little bit more. And this just seemed like really ripe for something like this. It really felt like, the bricks were this kind of weird character that's been happening, and they were clearly like a point that was being made by the filmmakers. I think what was interesting about this whole scene is how things that felt like they were methodical and part of the process could be scary when all of a sudden, like, the character's feeling about the evening switches. In our construction of sound design and using the clocks like stab wounds, it felt like Psycho. Like they felt like little knife slits, and they were just really interesting punctuations to just insert a splice of something that felt like a horror to Lauren that I can indulge it for a second, but I got to keep moving on or it's going to consume me.
And that's something that I think we discovered, is that all the other characters in the film, like, are performers, and they want something, and they will go up and tell Lauren, I want this. Lauren was one with almost the person you had the least access to, even though you're with him the entire film. And so what these cuts, I think, really helped unlock is these flashes of what he's thinking about, of what he's scared about, because he's trying to keep a straight face. When Tabit's, he's terrified, but he's like trying to keep it together. And this was our solution, sort of like, of how to get inside.
And the music here is so cool. It's just so like when you break these clips up, separately, it does remind you like how much is happening in all of this and how much it is a collaboration of everyone's efforts. The way it's shot, Nathan being there to help see that and pick those pieces up. I remember Nathan, when I was first putting together, Nathan's like, I think he needs to see Tebbit before this sets in, and that big hit musically on Tebbit just signals that, like, oh no, people are watching me more than I think. There's like shooters on the rooftops. It's really a collaboration of all of it. But I think, musically, it's pretty stunning what's happening in there with the piano and the way Chris, went at that scene and had that same sort of sense of freedom and like wild nature about it. It's one of those things that has all the craft to it, but again, feels like it's effortless.
Oh, Lauren, great news. We figured it out. Ready? Ta-da!
We cut the toga sketch.
Oh.